Nothing. It's
Nothing?
literally nothing at all.
Damn. So you calling Elijah a liar?
Yes.
Damn.
By that logic, I am in fact calling him a liar.
Elijah, you are a liar and a cheat.
Chris, I'm eating. Can you not?
Anyway, here's the patch notes, baby.
Here we go.
So Elijah, 11.17. Do you think there's ever gonna be like a final patch notes video where we just stop playing League, so like there's no reason to look at these anymore?
I hope so. One day.
Let's get to reading. It's a bird. It's a yeti. It's patch 11.17. And a new patch notes author. Wait. Oh shit. So fucking the old person who used to do patch notes left Riot. I hope they weren't because of the sexual allegations or anything. But anyway,
Perhaps.
we got the Crime City Nightmare skins. We got Amumu getting a rework, Lucian getting a rework, kind of. Fleet Footwork getting absolutely fucking nerfed, I believe, from what I saw. And then that's it. That's it because Worlds is approaching, so every patch notes after this is probably going to have nothing. Until the new champion comes out, which is Vex.
Yes.
Alright, so we're going to go over the new skins at the end, although they're very Chinese-inspired. And then let's see. What else do we got? League client improvements.
I'm not cleaning bathrooms. Fuck that.
Elijah, is your League client improved yet?
It never feels improved.
Mine neither. And RP pricing updates. I saw this basically for every area that's not, like, popular, aka, like, the big ones, America, EU, and the Asian ones. Like, your shit's getting jacked up. So
Everything's cheap? Oh, damn, really?
yeah, they're getting jacked up.
Crazy.
So good luck with that. Okay, Akshan. Oh, I have words. I have words for this, but before I say my words, Elijah, you say your words while I look up his win rates.
Let's take a little glance here.
What do you think of him?
I think Akshan is still the worst.
You think he's still the worst? Do
I
you
think he
he's
should
gonna
only
get a
get buffs.
buff? You think he's only gonna get buffs?
I think he should only get buffs.
Okay, well, let's see. Let me see his win rates. So, his win rates... Let me go on u.gg, actually. Fucking champion.gg is, like, stupid looking now. Okay, so... His win rate in mid, it's actually a little bit better now. It's 39 out of 56, so it went up significantly. And it's now at a whopping 50%. That's actually a lot better than I thought. In AD, he's still the worst AD in the game. He has 46% win rate. And then in every other role, he's the worst. Oh, wait, no. In top, he's a little bit better now. Okay, cool. So overall, I think Akshan is weird, right? They made such an amalgamation of everything. It's like he's not good at one specific thing. It's so fucking stupid. Whenever they do this shit, I hate when they do this shit. Whenever they make an AD that's an AD and something else, it's either stupidly, like, broken or absolutely fucking garbage. And in this case, Akshan's case, it was absolutely fucking garbage.
What I'm hearing from you, Chris Allen, is you're tired of the fucking gimmicks.
Yes, unless they're OP. And they're actually in the bot lane. Senna, I loved Senna. They nerfed her beyond belief, but I liked her at the beginning. She's the support ADC.
Gimmick.
Yeah. Then we have Kindred, the ADC jungler, who is fucking terrible and needs like so many fucking buffs. It's crazy. Akshan, the assassin AD mid laner.
Revive.
Yeah, he has the res, which is the whole reason they fucking did everything. I've said my opinion on Akshan multiple times. He's fun when he does good, but he's not good. I feel like he's not good aside from the res. Maybe his saving grace is pro play with the res. I don't know, because that's very invaluable in pro play. But his funnest part is the hook line.
Huge
the hook
pro
line
play.
is fucking like so fun. It's so fun if you do it right. So anyway, they have to buff him. What are they doing? Let's see. He is getting E base damage decreased later, so nerf. AD ratio increased, so he's harder scaling. He can no longer revive teammates when he's dead. That makes sense. And R cooldown upon cancellation decreased. So only buffs. Okay, cool. So they're still figuring out.
Didn't know he could revive teammates when he was dead?
Yeah, because it's within 2.5 seconds, I believe. So if you hit them, you die, and then 1 second later your teammate kills them. That's still you getting the assist, and they still res. So that's kind of stupid, but that's how it works, or it used to work. So Players are still figuring out Akshan. We're being cautious. Changing up some pesky bugs. His Emax a little less overpowered. If people were maxing his E, that kind of makes sense. It was like, if you got it off, it did so much damage. It does a lot of
Crazy damage.
But it's really hard to get it off. But let's see. Making damage loss in his Qmax builds. The change to his W should give opponents a way to stop Akshan from reviving his allies. Isn't the whole thing is like he's supposed to be stealthy and he can like get to the target he needs to? Let's see what they're doing.
Yes.
Akshan can no longer claim Scoundrel while he's dead. Okay, so it's just the bug fix. Cool. So if he's dead, he can't rest people. Okay, so how's the buff to the E looking? 30%, 1 plus 30% to 17.5 bonus times 1 plus 30%. Okay, I mean...
Pretty good, Cristiano?
Yeah, I mean, decent. Not bad, I guess. I don't really know. I'm not a math person. Maybe Adrian is. And then the R cooldown, this is great. Like, his ult is probably, I think, the worst part of his kit. And the fact that, like, if you canceled it, it was on 15-second cooldown. At that point, the fight's fucking over. You're not going to use it again. Like, it's good that it's 5 seconds. So maybe if, like, they die, maybe you could use it on someone else before they escape or someone else kills them. So this is actually a really good change to a really bad ultimate. And then we have all the bug fixes here. I'm surprised they didn't put this in the bug fix version. This is actually crazy.
Holy shit.
So his second attack will more consistent, complete on targets. Yeah, so that was something I noticed too. Sometimes when you'd auto, the second shot would be like janky and sometimes wouldn't go off. So Dirty Fight now correctly predicts whether the first attack will kill the target. Okay, that's stupid. A placeholder icon no longer appears. Okay, this is all stupid. Who cares? Amumu. So Elijah, what do you think of Amumu?
I love the sad mummy.
I like him too. He's really plain.
Whenever I play him, I have a good time.
Yeah, because it's really, you either do what you need to if you hit the Q or you don't, right? Mm-hmm. It works or it doesn't, and it's based on you. Now, I count him personally as the AP tank better Lucian, right? He helps the team by providing more magic damage with his passive. True damage, rather, with magic damage. He has, like, max health damage. He's a tank. If you miss the Q, same as Lucian, you're really not doing anything. But if you land it, you basically can, like, do a whole team fight with their ultimate. But he actually is useful and Lucian's not. So, apparently that's too much for people. Because I already know what they're doing. So I've kind of ruined the surprise here, but...
You spoiled it.
I already know what they're doing to Amumu. And the main problem is, can you land his Q? And if you can't, he's basically a non-champion.
Ult.
So basically, yeah, but what if you're not in range?
Flash.
I guess so, but they don't like that. So basically, they're giving him 2 charges of his Q.
Huh?
Yes. When I heard this, I was like, this is crazy. So what else are they doing? Because I'm pretty sure that's not it with this big thing. So Q now has 2 charges. W max increased early, decreased late, or W damage. R stun duration no longer scales. Ooh. Health and armor growth decreased. What the fuck? So they only don't like that he's not playing high levels of play. Well, obviously, because there's a lot of junglers that do a lot of things better. But the whole thing about Amumu is he's easy. He's easy, but he doesn't have a high skill ceiling. He's like a beginner jungler, I would say. If you don't know how to play jungle, play Amumu. But
good.
They are right with that. I do not see Amumu being played in high play because there's so many junglers that are better than him. But let's see. We want to address this. He, in particular, want to help his engage threat in early game. So, 2 charge Q. Amumu's late game has never really been his problem. Yeah, because he just engages the fight then dies. So, what are they doing? They're nerfing his health and armor growth by wiener amounts. Cool. So now it has a charge of 2. And the damage is going down by a lot, actually. Holy shit. It's going from 280 base to 190 max level. That's actually crazy. It's getting a better scaling, though. So you're actually incentivized to build some AP on Amumu, which you should have been doing anyway.
AP hybrid?
Yeah. Like, dude, Amumu with Liandry's is so nasty. Or not Liandry's. Azakana's helm is so nasty. Anyway, the cooldown is... I don't know how this is different. Oh, there it is. They say the original. So it takes longer, but you are getting the 2 things, so that's good. And then there's a 3-second cooldown between charges, so that's fine. Yeah, overall, this is the biggest change Amumu's gotten. It's a really fucking good change. Does the other shit even matter? W ticks twice per second, so each tick deals half the listed damage below. So 8, 12. Yeah, so it's getting better later and earlier, but it seems to be going down a little bit. This is so weird. The max damage is going down, so you're less effective a little bit against tanks, so that's fine. The biggest hit, though, is his ult. His ult stun doesn't go up with level.
Yeah.
Anymore. That's crazy.
It's kind of ridiculous.
The whole reason you play Amumu isn't for the early game priority with the Q charges. It's for the ulti team fight, yeah. And the fact that they nerfed that, yeah, you gave Amumu more power early with his ganks, but you ruined, well, not ruined, but you really weakened his team fight. Like, that's actually crazy. Holy shit. So he's better in some areas, but in the area that matters, they kind of took it away a little bit. So they fixed one of his major issues.
He can't have everything, Chris Allen.
He doesn't have everything.
That's what Riot thinks. He can't have everything.
This is crazy, dude. They just don't like Amumu. Damn, that's actually crazy. Anyway,
bad mommy.
Not bad. Pretty good change overall, but we'll have to see. I don't think it's going to do anything crazy, though. Echo. I think character. Echo, yeah, this guy is a menace. He's so annoying. He's so stupidly safe, and he's just... he needs to be removed.
Yeah,
he needs to be removed
straight up.
From the game. Him and Irelia.
Yes,
and
please.
Lucian.
Oh, no, not him. You can leave him.
But what are they doing? From what I remember, is he a mid laner now, or is he a jungler? I've seen him both.
This change specifically, when I was talking to Adrian,
yeah,
is nonsensical.
I don't
because
know
he's already a menace in the jungle. He's a menace in the fucking mid lane.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off, Chris Allen.
You're pissed off. Okay, so that means this is probably a buff to something. Let's see. I think, before I look at it, I think Echo, more than anything else, like, he could do fucking both. I can't say he's one or the other because he's so good in both because his kit is just, like, so good. The CC, the shield, the engage, the disengage, it's great wherever you put it. He's a stupid character. It's fucking great wherever you fucking put it. It's so bad. So I don't think Echo should get a buff here, but I'm assuming he does. Let's see what he's getting. Echo has played more in the jungle than in mid lane. Well, that solves that answer. Yet jungle Echo is languishing in terms of power. See, that doesn't make any sense.
That's a lie.
Why is he being played more in the jungle if he's worse in the jungle? That's just not true. That can't be true. If people are playing them somewhere, unless, and this is very rare with Riot's case, unless the people actually don't know what they're talking about and Riot does, there's a reason they're playing him more jungle than mid. There has to be a better reason, but apparently not. So his jungle is apparently too weak, even though that's what he's being played in the most. Maybe it's a Seraphine treatment. They're probably doing the Seraphine treatment. But anyway.
The numbers are wrong. They have to be.
Like, yeah. Like, they're like, oh, yeah, you know, Seraphine's only going support, but she's a mid laner, so we're going to buff her damage and expect her not to go support still. I'm like, are you stupid?
Come on, dude.
So, yeah, it looks like they're doing the same thing with Echo. Yeah, he's, you know, people see him as a jungler. We don't want him to be a jungler, but we're going to buff his jungle. Like, what the hell? So, this is going up by 50%. This is actually huge. I remember when Echo
so
jungle
much
was
damage.
a thing. Like,
oh
it was the best jungler in the game. It was so stupid.
He clears. This is what I don't understand. His clear is already like not that bad. Like he does all right damage to me against the monsters, right? Like
yeah. And the worst part is this is on his passive, the thing he autos with, and it's the 3-hit auto. Like he's always gonna do this, and there's gonna be it's gonna fix his like. Or make his clear so much faster. This is so dumb.
Why?
They want this annoying ass fuckhead champion to fucking do good. And it's probably because they're gonna put like more skins on him or something. They want to make money. I don't know. I would say another reason, but I'm on stream, so I can't say it.
Okay.
But yeah, this is stupid. It's a good change, but for the wrong reasons. This is so dumb.
Fuck Echo.
Yeah. Evelyn. So, I always think Evelyn's really strong, and it's for one thing.
I think she's a feast or famine champion.
Definitely. I think her main thing is she can shred almost everyone. I will always go back to this moment in my mind where I was playing Nasus. I thought I was hot shit. I was fed as fuck. Evelyn, like, marks me with the charm, and I'm like, okay, I'll just beat the shaver. She went on me, and she fucking cut me in half. I was like, there's no other champion aside from maybe a fully stacked up Veigar double cheeked up who could do this. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no one else in the game who shreds as much protections as she does. Holy fuck, it's so crazy.
I get scared. Like I said, if she's feeding, she's the most useless character in the game, right?
Yeah.
But when she's fed,
like that, but yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a terror. It's a fucking terror.
Oh my god.
So this is the part we have to think about now then. Is it more easier to get fed on her, or is it more easier to feed on her?
I don't know. I don't
Because
know.
that's going to dictate whether, in my mind, she gets a buff or a nerf. Because I think she's good. It's just, how many times do people do good on her
feel
versus
like
doing bad?
When I see it on the enemy team, it always gets fed. On my team, it's always the opposite, so I can't tell you.
Damn it. Okay, if we're trying to be objective, I would say if you put this into the hands of a good jungler, I would say it's more better than not. So maybe it should get a nerf. Because I feel like she doesn't really have any weaknesses unless you're just a bad player. Like, if you're a good player and you know how to play Evelyn well, I don't see how you lose unless your team ends. Like, a good Evelyn can do so much. So, let's see what's happening. They're buffing her. Oh my god. E's been left in the dark by recent nerfs to her early core items. So it's not that she's gotten nerfed. She's good. It's just her items have gotten nerfed. So she's not as good. But we're lowering the cooldown on her ultimate to make her better. So how much is it? It's 20 seconds. Early. It's something. It's definitely something. So it's like...
Where the fuck are my napkins?
It's almost 2.5 minutes down to 2 minutes. Almost. That's not bad.
Fuck Evelyn.
Yeah, fuck Evelyn.
I don't like playing. I don't like playing against Evelyn because it always gets fed.
I don't like playing Evelyn because she's not my style of play. But yeah, I mean, this is a decent buff.
Playing
not
her is
anything
okay.
Crazy.
I guess.
This isn't anything crazy. This is good, but whatever. It's whatever. Okay, Gangplank. I also saw this.
I hate this character.
I already know the spoiler for this. Like I know
I hate
this
character.
This, what they're doing is actually crazy. Now, I'll be the first to admit, I also hate Gangplank. Whenever I go top, if he's in meta and he's being played, I will always ban Gangplank. In my mind,
he's the worst.
Yeah, like he is what old Yorick used to be. He has, in my opinion, no counter. His oranges make it. So this is what Gangplank does. I will explain to you the Gangplank fantasy. I will sit in lane. First of all, I'm some neckbeard at home who listens to death metal and only plays Gangplank.
By his feet.
Yeah. So that's the fantasy in real life. In the game, here's what the fantasy is. I'm going to jerk off with one hand. I'm just going to farm with my Q and my barrels in the other. And then I'm going to look around the map like a rat, steal kills, get fed. And then when late game comes, I'm going to hit you from outside any range. You could do anything to me. And I'm going to chunk you whether you're a tank or whether you're not a tank because my barrels ignore armor and crit. And if that's not bad enough, if by some grace of God you do get on me, I'll orange away and kill you. So
yeah.
I feel like if you are an exceptional Gangplank player, unless they focus the shit out of you, there's no real counter to Gangplank. You can't CC him. He has a heal based on missing health. He has range out the wazoo. He's like the more skill-capped Xerath, in my opinion. Like, if Xerath was an AD champion that was skill-capped even greater than what Xerath already is, it would be Gangplank. That's just how I see it. But, and again, this is ruining the surprise, no one has played him, and they're buffing him. Like, and the buff they're doing, if what went through is what I saw, it's gonna get crazy.
Oh god, it is gonna get disgusting in here.
So, I don't think GP needs a buff. I just think people are bad. But because he's not being played, they're gonna buff him.
I think that should be the point of him, though. Like, yo, if you're good at Gangplank, you're rewarded with like crazy nutty gameplay,
and you get extra gold for doing it.
Do not make this fucking character like easier or buff it. Like,
yeah,
I feel like he's fine where he's at.
It's like the Riven thing. Like, if you're a good Riven, you could do work, but you need to learn how to play Riven.
Exactly.
If Riven gets too easy, everyone's gonna play her.
Exactly.
Now, let's just get into the fucking buff.
Disgusting.
Q now counts as a ranged basic attack. I don't really know what this does. I think it nerfs most of his stuff. Yeah, okay. No, it doesn't stop it. It still procs it.
Oh, it does?
It's just weaker now.
Oh, it's weaker, okay.
Because range shit is weaker than melee stuff when considered for stuff. So, overall, this is a weaker change for almost everything. For fleet footwork, it's worse. Grasp, it's worse. Titanic, it's worse. A lot of things that proc off ranged attacks are worse than if it was melee. So, this is a nerf, kind of. It doesn't matter, but it's a nerf.
Fuck him.
E scales better with crit. That's really bad. Like, and that's good bad. Like, that's really, like, scary. Barrel recharge time increased, which is good, but this is the worst part here.
You're gonna see. Max
charges now increase with rank.
Oh god, more barrels, bro.
Yeah, like bro.
Holy.
Oh, Lord. So what are they saying? His interaction with Grasp made his poke pattern of clicking Q every 4 seconds a nightmare for counterplay. Yeah, because there's no counterplay to Gangplank. It's exactly what I'm saying. Which made lane power pretty explosive. As a result, we've had to limit his scaling, which is what Gangplank was known for, basically. So, we're walking back on the plank by lowering his early advantages and bringing them back ashore into late
plank.
game. Maybe that's why he wasn't played. I love when Gangplank is not played. He's
I
so
miss
ass.
old Gangplank.
I do too. I actually like that one more. The barrels are better for his like head in general, but they're so hard to play, and I hate them.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the skill ceiling on this guy is fucking ridiculous. But when you learn him, boy, does it pay off.
Oh yeah. So the passive trial by fire, which I don't know why they're nerfing this, but they literally said they had a problem with the Q, like proccing grasp so easily and doing so much damage. So we decided to nerf his melee passive. Okay, cool.
Yes.
So it's literally just worse early. Who cares?
He can't run away.
Wow. All right. Not that he had a problem with that. So, I mean, actually, maybe it's a little. It'll hurt him a little bit because maybe now instead of sprinting away, he'll jog away. But
He'll jog away. Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So the Q, we already discussed that. It's worse for grasp, but not that bad. But it's still pretty worse. And then powder keg. So now it's gonna crit even harder. So if you weren't blowing up from this before, you're definitely gonna be blowing up from this now. Now this thing is gonna go up your ass and explode. Like it is so bad. It is so fucking bad. And especially like, did GP used to build straight crit, or did he used to get like half crit, half like other shit?
He got like half crit.
Yeah,
I
now
feel like he got like
you
2
could
crit
go like full crit, bro. It's so like they're incentivizing just damage. Holy shit,
brother.
So now you could have at max rank 5 fucking barrels, bruh. Oh dear God, what people are gonna do with this? Like this, like to a person who doesn't know Gangplank and hasn't seen the horrors, this would be like, oh, okay, that sounds cool. No,
Chris, the Gangplank mains are probably like stroking their wieners right now.
They're like,
they're going crazy
nutting
in the chat.
They're auto nutting in their fucking pants right now.
Oh.
God, and the cooldown's going up when it's maxed by 4 seconds, which is pretty big, but you build cooldown out the ass on him anyway. So.
Most items gives you fucking cooldown.
Yeah, so this does hurt him a little bit, but it doesn't really matter, because now the cooldown's going to be more worth on him.
I gotta throw this out, keep going.
Alright, so this is crazy. GP, fucking crazy. Alright, so next person. Graves, aka Malcolm. So, what do I say about Malcolm? Malcolm, I don't know if he's strong or not. I think he's strong, and that's purely because whenever I see a Graves, I suck dick at Graves, so I can't even play him. But whenever I see a Graves, they always, I don't know how they do it, but they end up just like auto queuing ulting or doing whatever they do, and the person on the other side deletes as you blink. As you blink, they will be gone. I don't know how the fuck it happens, but his burst is so insane if he gets going. It is so crazy. So overall, I think he's probably going to get nerfed. Let's see what they're doing. Q mana cost increased. Okay, he's getting nerfed. Graves has been cropping up as a dominant mid pick. Oh, we haven't seen the dominant part, but we have been seeing the mid part. So we're nerfing his ability to control lane priority with his wave clearing Q. So mana cost is going up. Is that it? I mean, I guess this doesn't hurt his jungle because he gains a lot of mana in the jungle, but I guess this hurts his lane a little bit. I think Graves mid is kind of trash, though. I still prefer Graves jungle. Like, as a mid laner, he has so little range, too. I don't see it. I can see it if you're, like, man voting. Like, if you're man voting, just trying to kill, maybe, but I see him still as a better jungler. But realistically, this probably does nothing.
Mid Graves is pretty crazy, though. I feel like a lot of people go it now.
Yeah, but they don't do fucking good with it. Like, honestly, this shit is ass. True. But, yeah. I think, overall, this really doesn't do much.
I hate this champion. Every auto lose. If I go up against this champion, it's an auto lose.
Why don't you play?
They almost never. They never lose the lane, dude. They never lose the fucking lane.
Why don't you play her then?
And if they do, they still kill you. Like, dude, I don't understand.
With me, whenever I play Irelia, and the few times that I've tried to, I always lose. I always lose lane, but I come back so hard somehow, and I don't know what
Ridiculous.
happens.
It is ridiculous.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing on this champion, but if you don't feed in the early game, because I'm really bad at her, but I
Me
feed
too.
in the early game, but somehow I just come back late and I just start doing shit, and I don't know how. But this champion's so crazy. She has received so many changes, as I would like to quote for Jin, bug fixes and nerfs. And it's like she's almost not comparable to her fucking champion release video when she got reworked, which is hilarious. But she's still so good, and I don't understand.
Disgusting.
I don't understand why. I mean, I get she's one of the like poster children for like League. Like
No.
there's some characters for League who are poster
Enough.
children who like they need to be good.
No,
Jinx,
no. Her,
Annie,
no.
Katarina, Irelia is one of them now. Graves, Senna, they're all on like the promotional art for League. So okay, like I see this champion on the promotional art. I go into League. I'm a new player. I want to play the champions I've seen. Oh wow, they suck ass. I'm not playing
No,
this game.
fuck Irelia.
I agree, but
Fuck
they need
that
to make her
champion.
good for like the new.
No,
game.
Riot. Do somebody else.
So I believe she should get nerfed still.
Yes. Yes.
And this is one of the few cases where like I suck so much ass on this champ and I still think they should be nerfed. But let me see what they're doing. Okay, they're nerfing her. Irelia's blades are still a bit too deadly. They say that every fucking patch, bro. We're tapping down her innate sustain. She'll be more punishable. Okay, yeah, what mistakes does she make? So the heal on the Q is going from 20% AD to 16%. 12 to 8. Okay, I mean, it's taking a hit to her healing. She has a lot of healing, though, I feel. Like, you literally so incentivized to do everything with Q.
She wins every 1v1 because she heals. You build anti-heal, she's still healing like crazy. I don't understand.
Like, her using her Q does not come at any detriment whatsoever. You're actually further incentivized to farm with Q than you are with
Spam it.
an auto. You know why? Is the mana still refunded?
I'm not sure. I
I
don't play the
think it
champion.
is. I believe it is. I believe the mana is refunded when you
Disgusting.
Q a minion and you kill it.
Actually,
Although I'm not sure.
gross.
I actually don't think it is. Maybe it's not.
Gross champion.
But the cooldowns reset. You gain a stack of your passive, which gives you more attack speed. Or is it more damage? I don't fucking know. She's so overloaded. This is so
Gross
stupid.
champion.
She basically gets cooldown reset, more attack speed, I believe, and healing for queuing. So you're always incentivized to queue rather than auto a minion. Like, it's so stupid, bro. It's so fucking
Oh yeah,
dumb.
the last year, right?
Yeah. Like, Irelia is stupid. This really doesn't do anything. I mean, maybe the healing's a little less, but I don't think that's totally the issue. I think the issue is everything
The
else. too.
damage.
Yeah, basically, so.
But
Okay,
her
Aurelio.
damage, she got nerfed.
Yeah, so this is a step in the right direction, but
No,
we need more.
we need more.
Alright, so, Kayn. What do we think about Kayn?
I love Kane.
For a time in history, they realized the only valuable version was Red Kayn. Like, no one built blue unless you were trolling. So they overbuffed the fuck out of blue for like months. Like months they would be like, okay, you guys still aren't using it?
Please play
Here,
it.
The E's way better. Oh, you guys
Please
still
play
aren't
it.
using it? Okay, here, look, the ult's better. Oh, you still aren't using it? Okay, we're upping his down. Oh, really? You're not using it still? Okay, the E's even better. Like, I don't know what their fucking ideology is, but they're like, okay, Shadow Assassin Kayn has to have like an overloaded as fuck E that can like last forever.
Yep.
And he makes him go like at mock speeds. Like, that's his fucking issue. No. In League, you know what's valued? Not an assassin, a tank. Because tanks basically do
I
the
like
job
that.
of assassins anyway. So, at the current state,
As a tank player, I do enjoy League.
yes. At the current state, I believe Red Kayn is still better. I'm not sure, because I've barely seen any Kayn. But when would you not want
Kayn-
Red Kayn, though?
Blue Kane, but like I feel like when you do play Blue Kane, like if they have a squishy team, yo, you cannot stop this guy.
But can you stop
He's
him when he's
actually
Red
not.
Kayn either? Like,
Well, yeah, it doesn't feel as bad, I guess.
well, obviously, because he's an assassin that
Blue
bursts
Kane, you
into
just
hell,
win
but
everything. Nobody kills him.
I don't know. When I see a Blue Kane, I think like, okay, he might maybe kill someone, but he's gonna die. Like, he's just gonna get fucked.
Why would you lie to
But
Jesse?
overall, I still think Red Kane's more valuable. But I don't think it's absolutely trolling in certain circumstances if you go blue. Like again, if you like you said, if you have a squishy team comp, I could see it being acceptable if you're fed. But I'd still prefer red. At the end of the day, why the fuck would you not go red?
Is a bit of a menace just because like I said, it's so hard to 1v1 that guy if you're like not playing a tank. You just lose everything all the time.
Damn. So
it's like a worse Zed in my opinion.
Really? I think Zed's worse than him. I think unlike Zed with him, like, you don't see him coming, right? Like, if you're an AD and you're near a wall, he just comes out of the wall, one-shots you, then leaves. With Zed, like, you'll see him coming a little bit. And Zed's things is very telegraphed. With Kayn, I feel like there's less counterplay if he gets
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's even worse, like, in the sense that, like...
Oh, I thought you meant, like, worse as in, like, bad.
No. Worse, like, and, like, yeah, it's... You can't beat him. You can't deal with him, exactly.
I agree wholeheartedly.
At least with fucking Zed, you can blow his kneecaps off before he walks towards you.
Or Zanya's. But anyway, yeah, so let's see what they're doing. Assassin Kayn passive damage decreased. What? Blue Kayn's been overshadowing games too regularly. Wow, that's crazy. Especially with his Gore Drinker. But Gore Drinker? Ew. Sasuke. Fucking, how the fuck do you build Gore Drinker on Blue Kayn? That makes no sense to me.
Luke, yo, Gore Drinker's best item.
How? They're dead by the time you need to heal.
Gore Drinker's best item.
Like, how the fuck? What are you healing off of? Their dead corpse? Like, anyway. We're reducing Shadow Assassin Kayn's damage to encourage him to build more offensively. So they basically want him building Assassin, not stupid Gore Drinker. That's what they're saying.
Not like fucking tank while you're playing Assassin.
So, how bad is this? 12 to 44, 8 to 30. That's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Ooh. Yeah, that's going to hurt his burst a tad bit. So you're definitely going to need to make up with it with Assassin items, I think. For sure. Is his strength really tied to this item, though? I don't know. Maybe. Personally, I'm not sure how to feel about it. I don't know if this is a good change. What do you think?
I think it's a decent change. I feel like I said, or like what you said, they've been buffing Blue Kayn nonstop. Like, please use it, please use it. Now they're using it, and Riot's like, wait, okay, now you can stop.
Well, they're using it in the wrong way. They're using it like half tank. So.
Now no more.
Like, hey, you want us to play Shadow Assassin? Okay, we'll play Shadow Tank Assassin.
We'll build tank, yeah.
Yeah.
So Riot's like, okay, now you need to stop.
Now you actually need to play Assassin, okay. So, yeah, I don't know. It's whatever. I don't play Kayn. Fuck Kayn. Actually, I like Kayn. Fuck Blue Kayn.
I like Kayn.
Fuck Blue Kayn. I like Red Kayn. So, we're down to your girl.
Why, Chrysalid? Why?
We're down to your girl, and I gotta ask.
Why do I get nerfs?
Gotta ask, Elijah. What do you think of Leona in her current state?
I think she's so strong.
I think so too. Did you see what I sent you on TikTok?
No, I haven't. I don't open up TikTok unless it's like a day of work.
Elijah.
So your TikTok's like stack.
I saw this guy play this Leona build. It was a mix of AP cooldown, tank cooldown, cooldown.
Extra
right?
cooldown.
I thought he was playing Earth. His E was on a 2-second cooldown. His Q was like a 1 second or less cooldown. He went on a Malphite. He started critting the Malphite. The Malphite couldn't move, tried to get away, couldn't get away until Leona beat the death out of him.
Oh my god.
Like, and the worst part of this build is Leona's tanky in this build too. Like, she's healthy tanky, and she does damage. She was critting, beating the Shadows Malphite who couldn't move. The Q is such a low cooldown, it's fucking ridiculous. It is so crazy. It's so fucking stupid.
That's, you know, even without that build, like, I feel like her cooldown is so low. She's constantly stunning you. And she just doesn't get punished, bro. And she just does so much damage. Like, she's such a crazy fucking... It's like, I feel like she's so overloaded.
Especially early.
She does so much damage.
Like, early,
she's unbeatable. You cannot 1v1 her. Unless you're maybe like Nautilus or something. That's because your W gives you like a shit ton of health.
Because Nautilus is also overloaded.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leona is absolutely bonkers. Tank out the ass, which then applies a damage mark on the enemy. Which can you pop it yourself?
The stack?
Yeah. Or does the AD have to pop it?
I think you might be able to. I'm not sure.
No, I know I can, but do I have to, or can you do it yourself? No, I think
like you, like the player, Leona. I'm not sure.
I see. How the fuck do you not know that? You're a fucking Leona player.
I only play her support. I'm not like trying to proc shit myself.
No, I mean like when you play her, doesn't she have the thing on her W where once it explodes, it like puts the yellow thing on them and you auto and like...
Oh, and then you auto queue. I think it does actually. I think you do proc it then.
So you can proc it yourself.
I think you can.
So you don't even need the AD to proc your burst damage.
She's so crazy, dude.
Holy shit!
Like when your AD dies, Leona can still like
win the fight.
bot lane.
Yeah,
like
she still beats the shit out of.
That's ridiculous,
dude. Leona is so crazy.
I
what
love this
weakness
character,
does she have?
I love this
her
character.
range.
If you're Omega bad on her, maybe.
Like I feel
like her only weakness is if you don't play aggressive on her.
So basically,
passive Leonas are the worst.
Her.
No. Jesse can.
Okay, so
you might think he can, but he can.
That's crazy.
So I'm assuming with all that being said and what you said before, we're getting a nerf. There's no way.
Yep.
So Leona's been shining a bit too brightly with her ability to soak up any damage that comes her way when she's beating the shit out of opponents. We're making her a little easier to kill so that opponents have some kind of counterplay while she's beating them. How bad is this? This is nothing. This is nothing. Yeah. Nothing matters here.
This is a little weak.
Although this matters a lot early, because the less armor you have, the more armor matters. 5 is not going to be the end of the world. Most of the time, anyway, you will die before you ever get like a chance to kill Leona. So that's whatever nerf. Lisandra, she is also a person who has secretly been getting shadow buffed. Because she is so fucking bad, because her Q range is so fucking dog. So, I believe we are getting a buff to this champion, because she's dog. So let's see. Base attack damage increased, Q mana cost decreased. Lisandra's been frozen at pretty mediocre numbers across the board. Even in her favorable matchups. Yeah, because her range is fucking wee-wee. So, her, excuse me, base AD is going up by 2. So they're buffing her autos. I don't know what this does, but okay. Mana cost of the Q is going down by 5.
There's nothing.
Buff.
It's a buff. It's the littlest buff they could give her.
Yeah,
but
it's a little buff.
It does matter because it's the thing.
I feel like Lisandra's like fine. I don't know. I feel like she's like a little weaker if anything.
I feel like she has to just go in and you have to commit or you don't do anything. Like,
yeah.
She's a pure, like...
Another champion scared players should not play.
Yeah. Like, I've seen a good Lisandra. A good Lisandra went in, engaged fights, rooted them all, ulted herself, and then we just come in and, like, clean up. But she wasn't scared to go in because she knew she wouldn't die. Like, she's... If you're a good Lisandra, you could be so ballsy. She's like the harder Echo. Because she's really safe, it's just she has more chances to die. But, yeah, I mean, it's a buff, but it's kind of wiener. So we have wiener nerf, wiener buff. Cool.
Yes.
Okay. So the cream de la crop.
Ooh, Chris Allen, AD character.
Lucian. So, overall, I would say in his present incarnation, presently, Lucian is not that bad. He's not great.
I think mid. Well, apparently Lucian mid is strong, but again, I've only ever seen it on my team, and when I do, it is the worst fucking mid laner, bro. Please stop playing it in my game. Please.
Yeah, I don't think he can really go mid, but as an AD, which is, you know, what I know him as historically, he is not bad. He does decent amounts of damage, he's not a hyper. He's really just not a hyper, that's all it comes down to. Like, there's hyper carries, he's not one of them. But he's not
What's the point?
Terribly bad.
What's the point then, Chris Allen?
What's the point? You want to have
if you're
fun,
not playing
dude.
a hyper carry.
Because you can still win without hyper carries. It's just a hyper. You play a hyper carry when either A, you know the team's going to play around you, or B, you think the team is going to do nothing. Like, those are the two situations you play hyper carries.
Bro.
You want to have fun, you play someone else. But hyper carries, not to say they can't be fun, but the team needs to play around you for a hyper, or you're playing it because you think the team's going to do nothing, and you got to put the game on your back. So, it's one of two things. Overall, though, Lucian ain't bad, but he's not that good either. And again, they're doing all this sick shit with him, bringing him mid where he's not even good. And
he's so bad,
we know the way Riot treats that. They don't really like that. As much as they say they do, yeah, we like Ziggs going bot. Guess what? He got nerfed, bitch. So now, guess what they're doing with Lucian?
Go back bot.
Yes.
Go fucking back bot.
So what are they doing? I kind of know what they're doing, but let's say if they actually didn't make it worse or better. Base AD decreased, so he's weaker on a base level. He gains on-hit damage when buffed by allies.
That was good for Silent.
That's huge. But another huge thing is the R bullets now scale with crit rate.
More buletas?
Rather than rank. What does this mean? This means that the stupid, silly mid builds you would do for Lucian with, I guess, like, did people used to go lethality on him? Or, no, not lethality, the fucking Mana Moon item. They used to go, like, Mana Moon on him and, like, some shit, which is, like, good for mid laners and Jace. Was stupid.
And Jace.
Yeah, and Jace. Which is stupid. Now they're actually forcing him not only to be paired with someone else that's actually a support, but also...
No mage?
Well, debatable.
No. Yeah, well, yeah, kind of.
Debatable with Lux. Because she could
Fonts
buff
of
him with
Life.
the W, yeah. But, overall, he's literally just forced into the bot lane now. Now, is that a good thing?
Yes.
Let's look at it.
Get him out of my mid game.
His base damage is going down by 2. This does not matter. Passive. Ally buffs empower Lucian's next 2 base autos to deal an additional 14 plus 10% AD as magic damage. So he has mixed damage now even more. And he could store these. He could store up to 4. So basically, if you get 2 buffs of any kind from a teammate, you have 4 shots of your passive that actually do damage. So the double shot basically becomes a double shot with more damage.
The quad shot?
Basically. His W, his mana cost is going down, which is good, but that was never really an issue.
Ooh, thanks, friend.
But the biggest thing is the passive move speed you get from this thing can now be procced by allies. Now, I don't understand exactly what this means. I don't know if that means if they hit it, you gain move speed, or if they hit it, they gain move speed. I'm a little confused. Yeah. But it sounds like if they hit your target with their autos, you gain move speed for basically free. So you mark them, the support's on top of them, you know, bashing their head in, and you're moving faster because of it. That's kind of crazy.
Ridiculous.
Like that is actually kind of crazy.
Ridiculous.
And now the big hoopla is the ult. So, level 1, this ult doesn't change. It's not nerfed in any way, it just gets better. So it does change. But it's literally not worse in any way, level 1. The rank 1 ult before was hard stuck at 22 shots. Now, if you get crit, it's going to go above
more
22 shots. So by the time you even get ult, you're going to have more than 22. So it's actually crazy. Now, the damage per shot is in fact going down. It's going a little bit up with the AP power scaling, but you don't build like
But
AP
does his
on him
ult
anyway.
crit or no?
No, his ult does not crit.
Oh man, if it did.
Oh, that would be fucking ridiculous. You know how much
Oh
damage
my
his
God.
ult used to do late game?
How much?
If you landed every shot late game before this, it would do around somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000 damage.
Oh my god.
It would do a lot. Now, from what I saw some freaky numbers. I think someone built 100% crit rate, which is normal on an AD. So you're going to get that normally. I think it was around 47 or 48 shots. So if the old ulti with 34 shots did around 4 or 5k, the new one's going to have like 47, 48. It's going to be crazy. Like his ult is actually going to go crazy. So not
Hyper
only...
carry?
No, not a hyper. Not a hyper. To be a hyper carry, it has to be with the autos. Like, Lucian's autos are better, don't get me wrong, but it's not hyper carry. Jinx is a hyper carry because she has range out the ass and AoE shucking extra damage autos. Tristana, same thing. Then attack speed stim for her long range autos. Fucking, who else? Kog'Maw, autos. Kaisa, autos.
Spit.
Like, you have to be able to get your main damage through the autos. Lucian gets his damage half from the autos, half from like his abilities. That probably will change now, but it's actually crazy how much damage this is probably going to do. If anything, Lucian is so much better now. I don't know if he's going to be like a hyper, but he's definitely going to, like, there's no way he is worse off from this. He is so much better from this. So I'm actually very excited to test this out. The same thing I said for Akshan. Akshan is really fun when you play him when you're doing the E and you're like just killing someone with it. Lucian's very fun when you're just like driving by someone with the ult. You put the W on them, you chase them down with the ulti, and they die like getting gunned like an animal. I feel like Lucian's so fun and like that's such a good fantasy.
They want more of the animal gameplay.
I like it too. They're literally buffing what I love the most about Lucian, his fucking R. Like, really good buff. Really, really good for Lucian. Great.
You happy with Riot, Chris Allen?
So, there's no way they're not touching Nami. Now, here's what I think. The perfect person to pair Lucian with is now Nami Lulu. And maybe Janna. Like, they give him the autos, and Nami specifically, like, Nami Lulu I think is better than Janna, because Janna just gives him AD. Nami, with Mandate, with Lucian...
Move speed, slow, damage.
Oh my god. On-hit damage. And
On-hit.
You give him move speed from your abilities, and he also gets move speed from the W now. From you proccing it too. Like, bruh, Lucian Nami might be, like, super secret hidden OP, like...
Now Nami will be Lucian's wife?
Dude, I think Nami, like, might drag him under. It might be crazy. But let's see what they're doing. I feel like they're gonna buff her because they want this Valiant to be strong. She's insanely good.
She's so good.
That Yon game we played, Yon versus Nami, we beat the shit out of 5 Yons as Namis. Like, are you kidding me? That's so stupid.
Disgusting Guardians.
But anyway, I believe Nami, like, I think she's really good, but I think they're gonna buff her just for the pure fact they want Lucian to look good. Let's see what they're doing. Base health increased. So, are they stupid? We haven't gotten to see Nami much lately. You're blind then. So we're shifting the current by giving the Tidecaller some blessings. So she's getting more health by a decent amount. So 75. So 15 more health. That's not really anything, but it's alright.
More blessings.
And the W mana cost is going down. Is that the thing you max first?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So the W costs 20 less mana later. That's actually pretty good. Holy shit. So Nami...
And she's a little healthier.
Yeah. So Nami, pretty decent buffs.
Pretty
not
good.
Bad,
pretty good.
Senna! So, they did something on Senna that was warranted, but I feel like kind of killed the champion. They nerfed her scaling. How did they do that, you ask? They saw Senna as so much of an issue that they really just couldn't solve because she was so overloaded. That
they hit her numbers?
They hit her passive, which was the main issue. Now, back in the day, she used to get 125 range. Now she gets 120, or not 120. She used to get 25 range every 20 stacks. Now it's like 20 range every 20 stacks. So effectively, the more stacks you get, the harder it is to get back to where you were range-wise. Because the range was the big issue, in my opinion. Like, if you kept her range the same, she would not be played nearly as much as she is like now. But the fact that her range increased at such a dramatic rate, and you built rapid fire on her, she would auto the tower outside of its fucking range. Like, are you shitting me? That's not okay. But they nerfed that, and since then I feel like that was her biggest hit she's ever gotten. And since then, I feel like she's just been trash. If you play Senna, you're trash. Senna's trash. Everything about her is trash. Don't play her. But they noticed that, and I'm pretty sure she's not being played in pro play. So let's see what they're doing. I'm expecting a buff. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Senna's kind of weak. Then there was that 1 second where everyone was going tank Senna with the slows, and
then they nerfed that.
Everything was nutty. Then the Riot was like, no, don't do that. And then she was bad again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, she's been bad for a minute now. So hopefully there's a buff.
I'm pretty sure it has to be a buff. There's no way. But before we actually talk about what they're doing, before I look at it, what do you think Senna's better as? A support or an AD?
Support.
Okay, yeah, me too. I actually used to play her AD, but she's
I feel like you're
bad.
Losing the game.
Yeah, you're not getting souls, and souls are the whole thing you need. Have a great day. So, what are they doing? Critical strike damage penalty reduced, soul drop rate increased. Oh, Senna's DPS focused builds have missed their mark recently. Who wrote this freak? We're buffing up her crit to better synergize with damage items and giving her more souls on minion kills to help players who decide to stupidly run her as AD carry. How bad is this? So the crit strike modifier is going up by 10%. This realistically probably does nothing because you're not building IE on her anyway. You're building Jinso's.
Yeah.
So if you're building anything at all, I don't think you'd ever get IE on Senna unless you're playing AD Senna. But if you're playing AD Senna, you're not getting souls. But let's see if they're changing that. By how much? 4.166 to 10% for minions and small monsters. Senna kills. That's actually a good amount. So now you have a 1 in 10 chance of if you kill a minion, you'll get a soul. Ironically enough, I still think Senna's too bad to be brought back into AD, but if she was brought back to AD, this is a really good buff. But I still don't think she's good enough for ADC. This buff is alright.
Like I said before, yo, you pick her AD, you want to forfeit your bot lane. You're not going to do anything.
Yeah, basically. Like, she used to be so much better, but now she's really just not. Okay, Teemo. So you've played Teemo recently.
Yeah, Tito.
How do you think... I was going to mention that part, but...
I fed. It's so stupid.
How do you think he is?
I personally, I think he felt pretty strong. It's just, you know, the constant ganks of that game, and just once you lose crazy. But I mean, he feels like okay. He feels like an okay champion.
I feel like after the buff they did to the shrooms, where you could toss them at like so long,
that's so nice.
The better you level it, that was like one of the biggest and greatest buffs he received. And
that's so huge.
The only problem I really feel he has, because he's a great laner, the only problem I feel he has is he gets so hard countered by sweepers. Like,
yeah,
if you have a sweeper, you basically
ruin the whole lane. Exactly.
Yeah. Like, he's a lane bully for sure. I don't think many people really beat him in lane. It's just after laning, he becomes useless because his main thing is the shrooms, and then they become invalidated. So he's not bad. He's good. It's just, it's too easy to counter him.
Yeah, he's pretty decent. I think he's decent where he's at right now.
Yeah, I think so too. But the fact that like he gets countered so easily, I feel like they have to buff him. Because like, you don't have a fantasy outside of lane. Like in lane, you have the whole shroom setup and everything, but late game, the cooldown of sweeper becomes so low and everyone fucking buys it at that point. It's like, you're just not going to do anything. So they have to buff him. I don't know if they're going to buff the shrooms or buff sweeper, or nerf sweeper, I mean, but I don't really see that happening. So they have to buff him somehow. Let's see. Excuse me. So, E on hit damage increase. Teemo could use a power up in lane where we expect him to be able to whittle down his opponent, especially in favorable matchups when he can execute a series of toxic shots. So how bad is this buff? Let's see. So the scaling is staying the same. The base damage is going up by 3. This doesn't seem like a lot, but because it's on an auto, this actually is a lot. So does it get worse later? You know, it's 3 uniformly. Okay. Yeah, so overall you're going to be doing 3 extra damage on a hit, which is not bad because it's every fucking auto. So I'm leaning more on the side of this is a wiener buff, but it's okay. It's an okay wiener buff.
Decent buff.
Yeah, it's literally whatever. It's an okay wiener buff.
No, my love, my love.
He's the villain of this story.
Ryan is the villains.
So
they're the villain.
Their character, which I would like to argue, they pushed a lot of resources and commitment onto Viego. They made a whole event around him. The whole year was basically Viego's year and his story. They made comics, they made an event. They like made him fucking busted. His kid is ridiculous.
Viego.
Like, Viego is so crazy, and Riot has poured so much stuff into him.
I fucking love him.
He's like on a lot of the promotional art. He's another poster boy of League. Like, they show Viego in a lot of the fucking images now for League. So he has to be a certain level of good. But that's too fucking good for Riot. Because they're nerfing his ass.
Viego, my love.
And honestly, I kind of agree with it too.
No,
once I saw that his fucking recommended build was stupid wiener fucking, what is the stupid item called? Divine Sunder tank. I was like, alright, this is a perversion of what should have been. This is a fucking perversion of an auto attack reliant, like, I'm gonna cleave you down champ. This is I'm gonna be healthy, I'm gonna live and do really good damage to you, rather than I'm gonna cleave you, be squishy, but like melt you. And I don't like that. I like champs like Yi that just like auto you and melt you, which what he should do with Kraken Slayer. But it's just more optimal to build fucking Divine Sunder because you get tanky, you heal out the fucking ass, you get penetration out the fucking ass, and you heal based on how tanky the enemy is. So if they're not tanky, you kill them anyway. If they are tanky, you heal and you kill them eventually. It's so stupid. He is crazy. So he's for sure getting nerfed because he's a big fucking issue. Although they want him to be still an issue, I'm pretty sure. So they're not going to nerf him too bad. There's no way. Because he's the poster boy. He's one of the poster boys. So, attack range reduced. That could potentially be really bad, depending on how much it is. Base healing on possessions reduced. That's fine. I don't think the possession should really give you that much healing. Anyway, it's more for counterplay to dodge stuff or to become the champion. Yep. So that I'm okay with that. Scaling increased. Okay, so they're just nerfing it early. Fine. Q damage multiplier from crit chance increased. So here's where they're incentivizing you to not go tank. Similar to they're not wanting like Lucian to go mid, incentivize crit. E camo radius increased, R slow duration decreased. So I'm not gonna read this whole bullshit. Let's just see what they're doing. Attack range 225 to 200. Still pretty decent, but you might feel it. Not too bad though.
I don't know why.
Healing, this does not fucking matter, and it scales. You're healing a lot less though, but you're still healing, but you didn't really do it for the healing. So, in the very niche situations where it did help you in the fight where you got just enough health to live with 1 health, those aren't going to happen anymore, but it really doesn't matter. This is not the main drawing point. It's a nerf, but it doesn't matter too much. Q, Blade of the Ruin King. So now, the damage multiplier is from 0 to 75% to 0 to 100% if you build full crit. Which, I don't know why you would, but maybe. Maybe I'll try full crit Viego, who knows.
Full damage?
Yeah, maybe. So, that's a little better. I don't think really the Q is supposed to chunk people, though. The Q is just for the passive application.
Yeah.
So, that might be good. It probably won't be, though. E, camouflage detection, so you can be seen a little bit earlier. That's fine, because you have the stun, which is pretty decent range, and the ult for a gap closer.
Have the ult.
And then the ult, the slow duration from 0.5 to 0.25.
They have it.
This absolutely does not matter at all. The fact that the ult even slows, I mean, yeah, it's good that it slows, but any amount of time
why
it slows,
even touch it, bro? I
yeah,
feel like
exactly.
it was already insignificant.
It is, but it's insignificant so much so that even if they nerf it, you know, what does it matter?
It's like they're rolling up the newspaper and hitting him on the head for no reason.
Oh yeah, but he's wearing a helmet, so it doesn't hurt too bad.
Come
Like you didn't use the ult for the slow, I'll tell you that fucking much. It was nice that it was there, but it really played no relevance that I saw. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just didn't notice it. I haven't noticed it, but like, this really
just use it to get on them. That's it.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Maybe
or
this
execute.
will help you. Yeah, honestly, like this is a stupid thing.
It was no reason. There's no reason for this.
Yeah, they just needed to nerf something else to make it seem like he's weaker, I guess.
There you go.
So, Vix debug where Viego possesses Zoe using passive, recasting Q star will launch a second star that... Okay, so no one cares about this shit. Who cares? So, Viego, he's still good. You just gotta build him crit. I still think, honestly, you probably could still build him tank, too. I don't...
Divine Sunder.
They just made it so, okay, yeah, your Q will do more damage if you build crit, but you didn't play Viego for his crit his Q damage. You played it because Divine Sunder proc the auto. Like it does nothing.
They're doing this maybe in hopes that like that's more like attractive to you. Like, why would you want to build tank when you can go full?
Yeah,
crit?
Why would you want to live and be able to kill everyone when you can die but kill one person? Yeah, like I don't know. Stupid changes. But Viego's still good. I still don't see why you wouldn't build Divine Sunder on him.
Viego the best.
Xayah. What do I think of Xayah? So, Xayah's really good. She's also another person who has been getting shadow buffed because she's been lacking so far behind, and it's so weird to me. When Xayah came out, on paper, when you just list out what she can do and what she has, she seems so unbelievably broken. The only problem that I think is there that occurs is the fact that it takes her a little bit to start scaling. Once like she needs to start scaling, once she gets to that point, she's so crazy. She is a fucking hyper. And the main thing that really just on paper just doesn't make fucking sense that she has, her W literally gives her 20% more damage. What other AD has that? That's literally a Deathfire's Grasp on an AD that she has in her kit that not only gives her 20% extra damage on her autos, which already do really well, it gives her attack speed and move speed.
Yes.
Huh? Like on paper, she seems so overloaded. The Q, it's the worst part of her kit. You literally just use it for the feathers and maybe some poke. The E, crazy scaling with crit, scales with crit, scales with damage, crazy fucking damage if you can use it well. The ulti amazing, synergizes with her kit so well, is super safe ultimate. Her passive, kind of fucking useless, I'll be honest, but her passive is the feathers, basically. But, like, whatever. Dude, she's so crazy. The only problem is she just needs to scale, and you want to scale as fast as possible, which is why you don't really play her. But if you do, she's absolutely nuts. The only other thing holding her back is she's kind of low range.
Buff Rakan.
Yeah, Rakan, no, he's done. He's in the dumpster. But, it's ironic, too, because they keep giving him fucking skins, but... Yeah, no, Xayah, I think, though, overall, they just need to do something about, like... This is, like, a system-wide thing they need to do. Like, it's about the games in general. If the games get back to being longer, she's gonna be good again. So, maybe... they have to... There's no way they're nerfing her, so they have to buff her. Q cast time now decreases with attack speed. I thought it already did that, but... Okay.
Now it really does for Talon.
Oh, wow, okay. I mean, you don't really care about the Q anyway. But, our damage increase. Let's see. We're back with a third round of Xayah buffs. Yeah, they just keep buffing her. We've been steadily bringing up her win rate while trying not to increase her pick rate in pro too much. Yeah, good luck. Excuse me. The Rebel hasn't taken off from pro play yet, so we can still give her buffs. Xayah's Q tends to interrupt her basic attack now at a higher attack speed. Yeah, it does. Like, later on, you use the Q in the beginning of the fight, because once you're autoing, like, that's it. Like, you're just going to auto. So, I mean, I use the Q just to proc lethal, and I really forget about it after that. I don't even care if the first 2 feathers hit, but... Let's see. So, now Q is going to be better. For Q scan, remember, Xayah gains 70% bonus attack speed from levels and 55% from W. Yeah, it's out the ass, like, how much she gets. So now it's going from 0.25 to 0.1. That is a huge change. That is crazy. And then her R damage, which you didn't really use it for damage anyway, but it's actually getting almost a double damage increase. This is nearly a 100% buff in damage. Almost. It's a 75% buff in damage. This is actually crazy. Like, that is a huge amount of damage. Now her ult will actually hurt. It's actually crazy. And if you don't die from that, you're definitely dying from the E. This is so fucking crazy. Xayah, she's hyper.
Really good?
But I don't know if this really helps her problems of scaling.
Come on, Chris Allen.
But it's better. I mean, she's better, later, I guess. But Zed. Okay. What do you think of Zed? We're probably near the end now if we're at Zed, but what do you think of Zed, dude?
I like Zwede. I feel like right now he's another feast or famine character. But I think that's how Zed should be. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like he's just decent right now. Just like I said, he's feast or famine. I don't really think of him as that big of an issue. When he gets fed, he kills bot lane. Okay, surprise. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. I feel like he's just decent. I think he should just get buffs.
So, I think Zed is pretty fucking bad. I think that he used to be really good when there was less in the game, but now that they put more shit into the game, I feel like he's just maybe a little outdated. He just doesn't do enough. Like, with Zed, you really need to land everything multiple times to even be good. Unless you're really mechanically gifted like Faker, which even then, just play LeBlanc at that point. Why the fuck would you play Zed? Zed is one of the few assassins, I will say though, that can go in and can get back out. If done correctly, most assassins go in, kill, die.
And then die right after.
He's one of the few that if you're good, you can kill and get back out, which is huge. There's not many assassins that could do that in the game. But the problem
that's mostly because of his ult.
Well,
or
you can do it with the W.
Or his W. I mean, yeah, but you're usually going to use W.
He has a lot of options.
Yeah. Like, Zed has a high skill cap, but the problem is, he has a very high floor, too. You will not be good at Zed unless you're really good at, like, general. Like, you cannot be bad and play Zed. Unlike with some other characters in this game. Like, to play Zed, you need to be very good. And to be great at him, you need to be like a god. So, they have to buff him, because I feel like he's just so bad, and so few people just play him. Like, the Zed players are few and far between now. Back in the day, he used to be so cool, but he just got overshadowed by so many other people. Which I actually don't like. I don't like when Zed's played, but... Like, come on, enough. It's been years now that he's been on the fucking back burner. Like, I see no Zeds. But anyway, I think he's super cool, though. So they're obviously buffing him. What are they buffing? Q ratio increased. Good. E ratio decreased. Okay. R cooldown increased late. What? Once said, get some items under his belt, his kill pattern becomes too reliable, especially for a champion with such flexible mobility tools to slip in and out of shadows. We're asking the Master of the Shadows to master more shurikens to secure his kills. His ult cooldown is also getting nerfed late to match his power level. So apparently he's pretty good. But let's see. So the Q ratio is going up, so you're doing more damage with the Q scaling. Nice. The E ratio is going down. The E is pretty easy to hit, though, so maybe that's okay. I don't really know. I don't play Z. I don't see Z. And then the cooldown for the ult is going up by 20 seconds. I actually agree with this. I feel like the ult, for what it can do and how much it could save you, and the cooldown that it was, he always had that shit fucking up. That shit was crazy. Yeah. So it going up by 20 seconds, I think, is fine. Maybe 15 would have been better, but 20 is not bad. Ooh, Divine Sunder, Divine Sunder. Okay, no! So maybe this is why you wouldn't go Viego. So,
no!
with Divine Sunder. So now,
Chris Allen, why?
Divine Sunder is getting fucking nerfed. This time is too good, and it's been too
Everybody
long.
builds Divine Sunder, dude. Come on.
As Asmongold says, and my favorite quote from him, you know it, I know it, everybody knows it. This item's fucking stupid. Divine Sunder has been the go-to choice for fighters all across the fucking spectrum, and even some marksmen.
Ezreal.
They've nerfed it enough on him. We're looking to nerf its generic power, so they're taking off 5 AD. This hurts a little bit.
It might make other items a little more seductive.
Yeah. 35 AD isn't too much. It's 10 more than a fucking pickaxe, honestly. Like, what the hell? So, Divine Sunder's a little worse. Hullbreaker. This item, pretty decent. If you're a split pusher, it's
I only
decent.
ever see two people build it.
Who?
Nasus and Yorick.
Okay, so the two people who only want to stay by themselves, pretty much.
Yep.
Trinimir's not going to build it because there's just better items for him. He doesn't need the speed of taking down a tower with this because he'll just do it himself.
Yeah, he doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it. Nasus and them need it because until after a while, like
it's a good item because it. Yeah, exactly. Trinimir doesn't need armor. He doesn't need MR.
He doesn't need health.
He doesn't need fucking health. No, he wants to kill you.
He wants to lose his health if anything. He gets more damage for it. So yeah, like I guess it's getting better. Maybe it'll make it a little bit better for other people to get. I doubt it though. This is really just a niche item, I feel. Like, what do they say here? While Hullbreaker is a strong early rush on a few champions, its opportunity cost is too large to be a great choice to other legendary fighter items. Yeah, so, like, why would you want this above something else? Unless you're playing certain characters. So yeah, maybe it's a little bit more appealing now, but I still think it's going to be the same. Like, health and lane doesn't matter. Give it, like, more damage.
Yeah, not at all.
So, Serpent's Fang. I feel like no one fucking builds this item unless, like, you're smart and they have, like, a lot of shields. I barely ever see this item being built.
Yeah, I see it once or twice.
Yeah, like, this is such a rare item. I don't know if it's because it's bad or because it's just not niche or it's too niche. I don't fucking know. But I don't really know how to review this. It's getting nerfed, though, so. Rather than being a situated item against shield-heavy enemy, Serpent's Fang has become a staple in the second item slot for physical assassins. How? So it was too good? I mean, I don't fucking know. Alright, so it's worse.
Even though we've never seen it.
Yeah, like, honestly. Wits End.
The numbers don't lie.
So, Wits End recently has seen a surge of popularity. People are building this item, which I don't know why, and they're rushing it. Twitch rushes this item. Ashe is building this item. What the fuck? What is going on? So, apparently it's too strong. I mean, historically speaking, when I thought of Wits End, I always thought of like, okay, this is a really cheap on-hit item. Really cheap. But they made it more expensive and they added more stats to it. But maybe not expensive enough, I guess. I don't fucking know. But it's been an issue. It's been an issue. So let's see what they're doing. Wits End has become a powerful early rush item for a variety of attack speed related champions. While it's good to offer early attack speed options, Wits End becomes the best choice regardless of how much magic damage the enemy team has. So the idea Riot had for this was, hey, they have a lot of MR, or AP, build this. But in reality, hey, this is just mathematically better than most things, build this.
Mathematically correct.
Yeah. Mathematically correct set. I'm surprised they didn't touch that shit. But, let's see what they're doing. We're reshaping its damage scanning so that it's just as powerful late, but isn't only being picked up early. So what did they mean? So the magic damage is 15 from levels 1 to 8, and then 25 to 80 scaling, instead of being linear. So this, ironically enough, I think solves the problem. Because you would get a lot of fucking on-hit damage from this thing for, like, getting it so early. Like, not only would it give you AD, attack speed, and MR, it'd give you on-hit damage as well on top of the AD. So you could kind of count that as, like, extra damage it's giving you. I forgot how much damage it gives you base. I think it gives you, like, 40. And then what? It would add base, give you 25. So it basically gave you 65 damage, the same as an IE, for, like, not as much cost. And it gave you more stats, too, than IE would give you. Obviously no crit, but it's actually crazy. So, now they're making it so it's still as good, you just have to wait and you can't build it first. Which I think is fine. I don't think this item should ever be built first. Ironically enough, this goes against what all of Riot has said they wanted for the new preseason, which was for people to have different build options, which didn't fucking happen because it's literally the same as every other season. People build in the same order they always have. So, at least for AD. So, that's what I think. What do you think, Elijah?
I second that.
Nice.
Everything you said, I second it. Not much else to say on that item. I never build it. I mean, I don't know.
Well, you
I
don't really play characters. Yeah. You don't play characters who build it, but we move on to Yomu's. Have you seen
this?
Yomu's
This is Jace's item. This should be just changed to Jace's Ghost Blade. I don't see anybody build this but
really?
that nigga.
Zed uses it too, right?
Who?
Zed?
No, it's Jace's Ghost Blade.
Wait,
nobody
Zed doesn't
else.
build Yomu's anymore?
No,
I mean,
there's so much better Zed, items for him.
That's true. That's honestly true. This really is just Jace's item.
This is Jace's Ghost Blade, so hopefully it gets a buff here because nobody builds this piece of garbage. Maybe Monkey.
Monkey?
Yeah, but nobody else.
If we're talking about a character that needs to be removed, they need to remove Monkey. Or give him another rework. He's so bad.
Monkey's a champion where you think he's really good, and then, like, as the game goes on, he's worthless.
Wait,
he's
so
like
Elijah,
a bait champion.
You're telling... Yeah, he really is. You're telling me, like, the 8 months they showed, like, his rework, teasing it to us, like, was for nothing?
Monkey? No, it was a gimmick. They wanted to make Monkey gimmick.
Nice.
They were like, oh, you like clones? You like when he presses W? Yeah, we do too, so Monkey. Like, Monkey. It's so stupid, bro.
Monkey. Okay, anyway, what are they doing to this godforsaken item? So, they're nerfing the gold cost, so it's getting buffed 100 gold, I guess, whatever. Build path is now different. It's going with the Caulfield's hammer.
No more pickaxe?
No more pickaxe. So it's a little cheaper, I guess. No, wait,
less damage? But now you get CDR?
Now you get, I guess more health regen. Because, oh, no, that's Phage. That's Phage. I'm thinking Phage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you get cooldown.
It's cheaper. You get some haste. You get some CDR.
So it's better overall for more people. It does a little bit less damage, but it's not all about the act.
This is still Jace's Ghost Blade. I don't think it's going to do much.
Actually, we'll see. The fact that it gives ability haste, I think, is very appealing.
All right, so maybe other people's Ghost Blade?
Yeah, maybe. This might be, like, it might be used by other people.
Oh, Fleet workers out.
Runes. So Fleet. This rune is so fucking bad, bro. It used to be so good.
I only see some people use it.
Yeah, it's so bad because, like, you're not incentivized to use it. It was at the point where you would take this because it healed you and the healing was good. And it gave move speed. Then they're like, okay, it's healing too much. So they nerfed the healing. And then they were like, okay, ADs are still using it. Let's nerf the healing even more for ranged. Okay, fine. Oh, I believe they nerfed the move speed too. Okay, great. So you basically had something, and then you nerfed everything about it, and then you didn't really like do anything else to any of the other runes. So this just became like just a worse option than anything else, which is why I think it's never seen. I have not seen Fleet unless it's super new. Maybe Nasus. That's like the most I've seen it on. It's like almost no one uses this shit. It's so bad. If they don't buff this thing, this is so fucking bad. Like, it used to be for marksmen all the time. And they just didn't like that at all because it gave healing.
Now it's like, why would you use that? Why would you do that, Cristiano, unless you're nasty?
Use this shit. This shit is so bad. Like, unless you have nothing better to go and you want healing and move speed. Yeah, Nasus. Like, you don't go this. There's so many other options that just actually give you stuff. It's so weird. But anyway, what are they doing? If it's not a buff, this is crazy. Fleet Footwork just hasn't been a very good pick for marksman. Yeah, you guys saw to that, you fuckheads. Rather than a straight buff to make it more viable, which would be the easiest option, we're increasing healing against champions for everyone and reducing healing against minions, depending on the attack type to avoid too much power and lane sustain. Why are they putting so much thought into this? What is I feel like they had like a PhD doctor like inspect this and be like, well, you know, instead of just providing 10 more healing, we can make it heal more if you attack with this on this specific thing. Like, what? Why is this so complicated? It's such a simple rune, and they're making it so fucking complicated. What is this? Healing against a minion for melee is getting reduced more than ranged, because melee champions have already been using it very effectively for that very reason, making this an overall buff for ranged and closer to neutral for melees. Let me see this shit. So, the healing started at 3, so you would heal 3 health if you proc this.
Seductive.
Wow, why would I use this? And now you heal 10 to 100 based on level. More healing versus minions. So now, for minions, if you thought you were healing 10, you're only healing. Wait, let me see. 100% for melee, 20% for range, 20% for melee, 10% for range. So you're healing 1. So if you auto a minion with this thing, you're healing 1 health.
Yes.
You might as well buy Cull at that point. Because at least with Cull, with every auto, you heal 3 health. This is so bad. This is only better if by some grace of God, you time it to where the proc gets up and you auto the enemy, rather than always autoing the minions. That's the beauty of this item. Because the proc was always up, right? You'd move around, you get energized, you get the proc. You're not thinking, okay, I have the proc that heals me 3 health. Let me attack the enemy and lose a trade that I'm going to take. No. You thought, okay, I'll heal off the minion because it's a safe heal. And then if you were fighting, it helped there, but you're not using this for the healing in the fight. You're using this for basically like in lane, because this ain't helping you healing wise in a team fight. This is only for in lane, really. The team fight part of it comes with the move speed, not the healing. So they basically made this thing so much worse in lane with the healing, which is like, the healing basically doesn't matter. At least just take off the healing at this point. Why does this thing have healing anymore? It's so bad. This is so worse. This is the stupidest change I think. They count this as a buff. This is a fucking nerf, because more often than not, I'm going to spend more time CSing and last hitting minions. And if I'm doing that, I have to do it regardless of if I have the proc of Fleet Footwork or not. So let's say I have the proc. I have to now choose between using it on the enemy or CSing. And I'm going to get the CS because that's a guaranteed income of gold. So I'm going to lose the proc, I'm going to heal even less, so this is just a straight fucking nerf. You're not going to actively think, hey, I have Fleet Footwork proc up, let me auto the enemy. No. This is so stupid. This is so bad.
Why wouldn't you think that?
So bad. And then we have Void Clash. Cool.
Yeah.
Updating system requirements. So now you need to not have a toaster.
Cool. League 2010 Godric?
Yeah. And then more bug fixes. Cool. Okay, now we can talk about the skins. So,
a lot of sexy skins this patch, Mr. Allen.
I think Prime City, aside from the people who got the skins,
it is a sexy thematic.
Aside from the people who actually got the skins themselves and the whole thematic,
I like it.
Is fucking great. It's
I like
fucking
it.
Amazing.
It is hot.
It is great. I love the colors. Dark, like red, purple, black.
Purple, yeah. And like it's like fucking Cthulhu inspired.
Oh,
like
yeah.
all fucking
Cthulhu Mafia.
Cthulhu Mafia. I like that. I never thought I'd see the day, but here
like,
it is.
Crazy.
Yeah, it isn't something you'd ask for, but it's not something you're gonna say no to.
Yeah. Like, oh boy, another Akali skin. Oh. Shaco, yeah.
For this, I'll allow it. For this, I'll allow it.
Like, these are good ass skins though. And then
same thing with Darius.
Yeah, look at that. But then
China,
we have the Chinese propaganda skins.
Chris Allen, why do we get these skins with like these Chinese?
I'm glad you asked.
Tencent.
Yes, exactly. I have this theory that now that China owns Riot's fucking scrotum. They say, hey, you have to appeal to the Chinese mobile gaming audience or whatever. So we want you to make Chinese skins that Chinese people will like. And I feel like, I mean, it really doesn't affect me in any way, but I just find it annoying. I find it annoying that it's pretty obvious pandering. It's very obvious. Like, look at Brave Phoenix Zaya here. I don't know if you guys on the stream can fucking see it, but Brave Phoenix Zaya has, like, a fucking Chinese temple in the background. Like, how more apparent can you be that these are, like, themed for Chinese people? And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you're appealing to your audience that makes you the most money. More power to you. But it's just annoying that it's heavy-handed because you weren't doing the shit before you were owned by Tencent. So
the thing is, now they're doing it, like, super often, too.
Yeah, honestly, that's what annoys me. Like, it's more annoying than anything. It's not a problem.
They can pander, like, yeah, sure. You can pander to the company that owns you, but don't do it at, like, every other patch.
I'm just going to keep complaining if they keep doing it. It's not bad. I mean, hey, more money the better. But, like, it's annoying.
You know, get on them. It's just annoying to see a Chinese skin every 2 seconds.
Yeah. And then we have Chromas as always. Okay, so that's the patch. Overall,
Farm City good, China bad.
Well, yeah. Overall, though, looking at the patch as a whole, I would say this patch is probably
how many Mark Merrills, Kassan?
The most changes we're gonna see because now Worlds is coming up. This is probably like the last big set. And I feel like they actually did try a lot of stuff because they did like how many fucking reworks, right? Like Amumu rework 1, Gangplank kind of rework 2,
Lucian,
Lucian 3.
That's
what
it.
Else? Viego's is just more of a straight.
Not really. It's just like shifting damage to other places.
So 3.
That's it.
They did like 3 mini reworks in this.
And then if you want to count fucking Jace's Ghostblade.
Yeah, I mean that's an item, but yeah. So like a lot of the changes, some of them were kind of useless, but this is the most activity we've seen in a patch in a long time, and probably for a while, probably till preseason again. I think the next major changes we're gonna get are probably gonna be in preseason. So,
Mark Merrills, Chris Allen.
I'm gonna give this one, just because there's so many changes and they're trying to make like champs that aren't really too good, like decently good. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I'm gonna give it one of the higher scores I've given in a while.
I think
I'm gonna say 7.5 mark.
If I had to rate this, Chris Allen, I'd give it a little crazy, but I'm gonna have to give it an 8 out of 10.
An 8?
Because the Crime City sexiness that we're gonna get this patch, and then China maybe.
Even though they nerfed Leona?
This patch has the most nerfs to a lot of my beloveds, like fucking Viego and Leona.
Nami buff.
But Nami did get buff, so it's gonna be an 8 out of 10 for me.
Damn. All right. So 7.5 out of 8. Anyway, to my non-existent audience, I hope you enjoyed. I hope I do this again in 2 weeks.
China.
And hopefully in 2 weeks. Hopefully, although I don't think so, because is it on the PBE yet? I don't see it on the PBE yet. So probably in 4 weeks, we're getting Vex. So that'll be
Vex?
Cool. We're getting Vex. And they're already making a lot of point of her.
Oh, God.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll hopefully be back to do this again in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.